Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. My video today is a DIY. It is a natural facial steam DIY. This is something that I feel like we never think to do, but when we do it, it is so nice. I recently started doing this. I hadn't done this for a while, but I would say within the last couple weeks, I really started bringing this back into my skincare routine. And it's just so lovely. And I'm just like, why did I ever stop? So I really foresee myself doing this probably twice a week, 3 times a week. I mean, if I don't have anything going on, I would probably do this every night, but that is just who I am. So when I'm talking about a facial steam, basically what I'm talking about, you take a bowl, you put some hot water in it. Like I like to just use my little kettle, like my little instant kettle, boil up a liter of water, put that in, and then dump in some herbs. Okay, you could use dried herbs, you could use fresh herbs, you could use tea bags, like if you don't have dried or fresh herbs, but maybe you drink chamomile tea or peppermint tea. That will totally work because dried or peppermint tea and chamomile tea, it's essentially dried chamomile, dried peppermint. That will totally work. You could also use green tea if you're a big green tea drinker, as I am. That would totally be great too. Basically, you're going to be, putting these herbs and teas and things with this hot water, and it's going to create steam. You're going to put, a towel over your head and just let all of this good stuff go into your skin. It's really great to do this with plants. I love doing this because I'm super into plants. I'm super nerdy. But you're getting all of the benefits, like when those plants hit that hot water, like things are happening and things are being released and natural oils are being released. And because you're steaming your skin, this natural goodness is kind of going into your pores. So you're getting all these amazing benefits from the actual plants. Now, other reasons I love to do this. First of all, it's opening up your pores, okay? If you've got some clogged pores, if you need to do some extractions, get some junk out, this is a really good step to do before to just loosen everything up. Even if you don't do extractions, it's still really nice to just open up the pores, especially if you're going to be doing a mask or something afterwards. I really, really love to do a mask after this, whether it's like a clay mask, a sheet mask, even if it's just a layer of honey, because your pores are open. So they're gonna suck in so much more good stuff and you're totally gonna get more benefits from that mask. Also, if you do a facial steam, it's really, really good for your circulation. It just kind of gets like the blood in the facial skin moving more. And that's going to create that nice sort of rosy glow. Also, just from a mental sort of aspect, this is such a nice way to relax. This is something that is so lovely to do before you go to bed, kind of use this as a way to wind down from like a crazy hectic day. You're putting some herbs in some hot water, you're breathing in the steam. Of course, these plants are releasing their scents, so you can totally breathe in these like lovely calming scents. Oh my goodness, if you do this with like lavender, rosemary, that is totally going to help you prepare for like a nice restful night's sleep. And also, if you happen to have a cold or a sinus infection, doing this will definitely help to kind of like unclog your sinuses. It's really good if you're like congested in your lungs, it'll help to really sort of open your lung passages up. This actually, I totally discovered doing this when I was sick. I did not first start doing this for my skin. I remember when I was little, like ages ago, I remember my mom used to fill up like a bowl of hot water and make me sit over it with a towel over my head to just sort of breathe in that steam and just sort of like start hacking all kinds of stuff up that was in my lungs, but it totally, totally helps. So it's really good, for like your inside, it's really good for your skin, it's really good for your mind. Basically, you need to do this because it's such a wonderful thing. Okay, so what should you actually put in with the hot water? If you don't have any of this stuff, you could always just do the hot water. I mean, like that'll steam and everything, but it's much more enjoyable doing it with some scents. Now, the herbs that I tend to use right now, it's summer, so I do have a little garden. I will take you into my garden a bit later and show you kind of what I would use. Right now in my garden, I've got some rosemary going, I've got lavender, peppermint, Thyme, and I think I have a lemon thyme in there. I have oregano. I probably wouldn't use oregano in my facial steam. But you know, of those herbs, thyme would be lovely, lavender, peppermint, rosemary, lemon balm. I also have lemon balm. Also, if you have like lemons or oranges, like, you know, do a slice of lemon, that would create some lovely, lovely scent. Lemon, you know, citrus, lemons, oranges, those tend to be a bit more invigorating. So if you wanted to do like a facial steam in the morning, that might be a nice way to sort of help you wake up. So all the ones I just mentioned that I actually have in my garden, those would be great if they're fresh, also if they are dried. Some other dried ones you could use, I have my little list here, calendula, chamomile, comfrey, rose. Rose is so lovely and so pretty too. Dried lemon peel, eucalyptus, anise, fennel, again, rosemary, thyme, lavender, the ones I already mentioned. You know, I'm not going to tell you exact proportions to use. I'm not going to tell you which mélange of herbs to actually use. Just play around with it. Okay, so instructions how to do this, super, super easy. You know what? Gather your herbs, get a bowl, get a towel, start heating up some water. Usually while the water is heating up for me, I go up and wash my face. You know, I'll make sure all my makeup is off, do a second cleanse, just really cleanse my skin. I don't put anything on my skin after this. I don't do a toner or anything. I just want my skin to be completely bare, completely makeup free and clean before I steam. So usually in the time it takes me to go like take off my makeup, wash my face, by that time my water is all hot, ready to go. So then I just take my big bowl, my herbs, put in the water. Usually I will kind of let it sit for a couple minutes to just sort of let like the plants sort of open up and start releasing all their goodness. And also if you're actually boiling water, it will get a little bit hot. So I tend to just kind of let it cool down a tiny bit. And then you know what? I just take my towel, tent it over my head, and let the steam go up into my pores. Okay, so what I really like to do when I'm steaming, I actually like to do this when I'm watching a TV show and I steam my face during the commercials, because the commercials they're just so annoying and it's always like 2 or 3 minutes of commercials, la la la. So it's a perfect time to steam your face. Frankly, I can't go a full 10 minutes of steaming. That's too much for me. I get too hot and plus I just get kind of bored. So I like to, you know, steam my face 2 or 3 minutes. Then when my show gets back on, I'll like, you know, cover up my steam bowl, let all the steam stay in, keep it hot, watch my show, and then when it's another ad, I'll do it again. So I usually do this a few times, you know, and by that time, like, usually over like 20-30 minutes of doing this, by the end of it, the water is getting kind of cool and there's not really any steam anyway, and my face has probably already been steamed for like 10 minutes. So that's what I like to do. If you can tolerate doing it for 5 or 10 minutes straight, by all means, go to town. For me, I have found that this is a nice way to sort of avoid watching the ads. And basically that's it. You know, after that, you can, you know, use a toner, you could do a mask, your nightly treatments, whatever. But I feel like when I do this, whatever I put on afterwards, I just like get so many more benefits from that product because my pores are so open and just like really prepared to just suck it all in and really absorb it. One note of caution, please be careful doing this because you are dealing with steam and hot water. So please do not burn off your face and then like, you know, write a comment here, Kendra, it's all your fault. No, please be careful with steam because burns are not fun. So make sure to, you know, keep your face far enough away from the actual water. And if it's too hot, if you feel like the steam is too hot, just, you know, open up the towel a little bit, let some steam release, let it all cool down, and then do it again. So definitely be careful when you are doing this. Okay, anyway, let's go down into my garden and I'm just gonna show you a really quick demo of, you know, what I would use if I was doing fresh herbs and what I would do if I was using dried herbs. Okay, so here we are in my garden and I just have to show you my sweet little kitties. This is no longer Kimchi, this is the cucumber cat. She loves to hide in these cucumbers, it's so silly. And there's her sweet sister. There's sweet Kobe, hanging out in the peppers. Oh, such a bub, such a button. Hey, Kimchi. So anyway, this is my garden, and this is where I have all of my little herbs, which is so great. I love using fresh herbs for cooking and stuff. So here we have some peppermint, and then some rosemary, basil. That little pot there is catnip, and then a lavender. And And then I have a nice Myers lemon tree right there. And then also, if we move over here, we've got a pot of thyme. This is normal thyme, and then that is oregano. So basically for my herbal facial steam, I would just take like a little snip of each of these, maybe like one snip of this, one snip of the lavender, one or two maybe of that, because that's so nice. Basil, I don't know, you could totally use basil. And then I'd probably use like a sprig of rosemary and a couple sprigs of peppermint. Okay, and here we are in my kitchen, and I've got all my little dried herbs there. So first, this would be kind of what I would use for the fresh herbs. So I put a slice of Myers lemon in there. It smells so good. And I have a couple little sprigs of thyme, and then I have 2 sprigs of lavender, some mint. I think I have 1 sprig, 2 sprigs of mint, and then some rosemary. So basically I would just boil this entire kettle. This is a 1 liter water kettle. I love it. It's the Bodum one, and it's cute too. So I would just boil that and then put it over that. And then as far as dried herbs, we have quite the options here. Yes, I am super organized and anal. I like to have all of my mason jars labeled. Anywho, some options you could use from the herbs that I actually have: pink rose petals, chamomile flowers, lavender flowers. Oh, hops. You could totally use this. I think that's the reason I actually bought this. I actually bought that for doing facial steams, but I haven't actually used it yet. Bee pollen, probably not. Maki berries, no. Calendula flowers. That could totally be good. Rosemary leaf, that could totally work too. Dried rosemary. Juniper berries could be really nice too. Lemon peel and orange peel, those could work as well. So basically what I would recommend is take like maybe 3-4 of these things. Let's say maybe I choose to do like lavender, chamomile, calendula, and rosemary. Let's say I decide to use these 4. Basically, I'm just gonna dump a little bit into my bowl, probably like a teaspoon of each. Basically, I'm not gonna measure anything. I'm just gonna do a little shakeroo. Maybe like, let's say that much rosemary, lavender. Basically, I want to just kind of cover the bottom of my bowl. Some chamomile. And also, if you do this with just a couple herbs, like herbs you actually enjoy drinking, you could totally just, you know, strain the herbs after you're done steaming and then have a nice cup of tea. Nice cup of herbal tea. Boop. And there you go. That's basically all I would use for the herbs. I mean, they're really affordable. You don't have to be like super skimpy with it, but you don't need to go overboard because you're just going to be doing this for like, you know, 5-10 or so minutes. Okay, got my herbs. Now we're gonna pour in all this water. So in the meantime, while this water was heating up, I went upstairs and washed my face with a nice double cleanse and changed into some comfy clothes. Because you can't have a facial in like real clothes, you know. So anyway, got my towel and now I am just going to steam myself. Hello! So this is what it looks like when I'm steaming. Super cute, right? And it smells so good. Okay, so there you go. Super quick, easy DIY. Again, this is so affordable, but it is such a lovely little step to add to your skincare routine. I feel like this, it's so simple, but it can really have great benefits, especially in the long run if you keep doing this consistently. Also, if you are interested in buying dried herbs, I would highly recommend a company out of Oregon. It's called Mountain Rose Herbs. I've ordered a ton of stuff from them. You know, I like started making kombucha and I already had a bunch of herbs from them before. But with my whole kombucha factory set up in my kitchen, I'm sometimes going to be using herbs to flavor my kombucha. So I recently made a big order to them. I got so many herbs. Their herbs are super affordable. They're all, I believe they're all organic, and I think they are pretty ethically sourced. Anyway, love this company. Very affordable. You do have to pay shipping. That's my only issue with Mountain Rose, but they're really fabulous. So if you're looking for a good place to get some bulk herbs, definitely check them out. They have a website and I'll link it down below. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!